Hi. Ooh. Hi, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I haven't put a title, but I'll speak anyway, and then see what comes up, and I'll write it in later, maybe. I have a bad stomach and a bit of a head cold, so hopefully I won't fall asleep. I'll try and keep my eyes open. Yeah, so welcome to the stream. Oh, belly. So here we talk about non-duality. Here we talk about that which can't be talked about. Here we talk about the peace and the joy of being. Which is such an unusual but beautiful thing to talk about. So if there is seeking happening, if there is this discomfort or this agitation happening, this looking for something, this removal out of attempted removal out of this, then it may, listening to this may exacerbate that. It may be undesirable and uncomfortable and rejected. Like a wanting to get out of this moment or this. What is happening? Then it may be uncomfortable to listen to this stream. As it really isn't offering the mental activity, the energy of that seeking. It's not offering it anything. It's not offering to subdue it or resolve it, or give it something to work on. But it may also be a relief. There may also be a sense of relief, a sense of relaxation. And quite possibly there will be both of those things. A sense of relaxation and relief, as well as a sense of agitation, a sense of not home. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Didi. Yeah, I might need some help in the chat. If you'd like to ask anything or prompt anything, then feel free to do so. Yay! Hi. Yeah, I might need some prompting, I think. Oh, there you go. Do you ever have hope for something to happen? I can't recall anything. Hope for. I don't ever have hope for anything to happen. Like, say I want to do something. I want to, I don't know, go on holiday or something. I want to buy a new top or something. Then, yeah, there's a want to do that or, yeah, buy that. But there isn't hope. I don't think there's hope. I don't think there's hope. Like a deep longing for it to happen. Like I could want something, but it doesn't feel like a hope. or you just take everything as it comes in the moment? No, so time is involved. There is like a future hope, future want or desire for something, but not a hope like, oh, I'm really longing for this thing and I'm really like invested and really like holding it very closely, very consistently and very closely. Like that thing that I'm imagining is gonna make everything all right. It's gonna fulfill me, make me happy, truly happy. There isn't that kind of hope. But yeah, there is the idea of time, and I want this thing in time, but it's not. Yeah, it's not detrimental or that important in the sense of my happiness or my freedom. Because at some point you realize that nothing can ever outweigh this. No experience, no object can ever outweigh what this is, what we are as this. So everything is happening in the moment. Even an idea of wanting something in time, like an idea in time, is happening in this moment, it's happening in this. But it's a dream, it's a mirage, it's a dream. It's not actually going to complete you or change what this is. And that's the illusion of the mind, that it believes in its own projections, it believes in its own ideas of time, it believes in that movement, that movement will produce and arrive at my fulfillment, my happiness. And that's not true. So it does change that kind of hope, that kind of belief in attainment in future. What can be more than this? Even in those things we project, the mind projects as happiness, those objects, experiences, the people, whatever it is, it projects as the happiness. Actually, what's wanted is actually this, this fulfillment, this peace, this rest, this home. It's what is wanted. It's just the mind believes it will find it in those objects. It will find it in time. It exists in that wheel of time, and so it's only going to project it into that. You can only live in that. Thank you, Andrea. I heard a phrase earlier this week that resonated with me. living and acting from love rather than for love. Living and acting from love rather than for love. Do you resonate with this? Yeah. 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 Yeah, totally. Like you are that. You are that love. So acting for love is coming from a place of lacking love and believing that love is over there somewhere, out there somewhere. And so you're acting in the hope of getting there, getting that love. So if you do this behavior or say this thing, you possibly are going to acquire it, you're going to reach it. Whereas if you are that love, if you are that completion, that fulfillment, if you are that, then you can only act from that. But identified to the mind, to your mental structures, your mental identity is lack. It's not who you are. And so in that there will be seeking. And living from love doesn't necessarily mean what we imagine it to be either. Like you can't really imagine. You can have ideas of it, but you can't really. That isn't it. Like the mind can try to act loving or act in a loving way. That's not quite it. Well, that isn't it. It's like the acting, the living coming from directly from everything, as opposed to from the limited mental person. Maybe I don't know what it's like to live from love. But my heart sings when I hear this. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, the mind may not know what it is, or the mind may think it knows what it is, but it's not It doesn't matter. Like I said, your heart sings when it hears that. So something knows what it is. Not mentally, but something knows what it is, because something is that. Something is that. It's like a coming back. Coming back. It's not pre-mind. Exactly. Because we as humans, adult humans, have thoughts. We have a mind. That's part of our functioning. So it isn't necessarily pre-mind, like the end of mind. But in a way, it is kind of like pre-mind, pre-language, but not the exclusion of it, of language and the mind. It's just, it's not limited to language and the mind. Yeah, thank you. It's so interesting to switch over from the conditioning of society, from growing up, from, I wonder if you lived in isolation from a young age, whether without TV, no internet, whether that conditioning would still happen. I'm not sure. Excuse me. But yeah, so switching over from that conditioning, where we are taught to, we learn to develop our thinking mind. We learn the idea that we are separate. We learn the idea that the thoughts are true, time is real. There is separation. Switching switching out of that switching back to the naturalness of being that which isn't a thought. That which is living, that isn't contained, that isn't owned, that isn't someone. Just simply switching back to that. We're just so used to the complexity of our thinking. We're so used to the I story, the main character story. We're so invested in the completion of that character story, the drama of that character story. No matter how painful it might be, or dramatic it might be, or unfulfilling it might be. It's familiar. It claims the main character position. But what's being suggested in non-duality is a waking up out of that dream, that thought dream. A waking up out of that hallucination. And that is quite a big thing. It's quite a big thing on one hand, and on the other hand, it's a very simple thing. The contradiction. But it's such a huge thing. It's such a huge thing to wake, in a way, wake out of humanity. Like, wake out of, time. And everything you leave behind. That's it. That's involved in that. And yet, it's such a simple thing. Not simple as, oh, just do this, and then not simple like that. Like it's a simple instruction. I mean, it is in a way as well. You could say it's simple instruction. Thought's not true. That could be the instruction. The thoughts aren't true. I meant more, it's a simple thing, as in, this is all there is. It's here. This is it. So it's just this dream that's overlaying it. This dream, these thoughts overlaying it, giving the impression of time, the impression of journey, the impression of you, separate you. Yeah. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is what's been looked for and longed for. By the mind. By that which feels lost. That which feels separate. That which feels half. Lack, maybe. Half, like missing something. What's been longed for is this. This is wholeness. This is love. This is completion. This is all that's been looked for. It's just the mind wants a thing, an object. But this is far beyond the mind. The mind's merely a child appearing here, playing. So yeah, feel free to ask anything in the chat. My heart sings when I hear this. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's because you're being spoken about. Not you as the character, you as a person, but you're being spoken about. That's the resonance. Is there any ultimate truth about anything? I would say this is the ultimate truth. I mean, you can argue with that, you know. But I would say this is the ultimate truth. I don't mean truth as in it's mentally correct. Not that kind of truth. It's mentally true. But I mean, it's the ultimate truth as in this is as in this is all there is. As in this is all there is. Yeah. Like you can't get outside of this, so this is the ultimate truth. So anything appears here as this. It can't be outside of this. So this is the ultimate truth. But this isn't mental. It's not of the world of intellect, mentalizing it. It's not that. So in that sense, you could argue and but yeah, this isn't like that. This isn't part of that. Or I should say, that's appearing in this as this. It's not separate. Yes, I would say this is the ultimate truth. And then the mind might ask, what is this? Trying to pin it down to something. Like, what's the ultimate truth? What is it that this is? That's the ultimate truth. Many have come up with names for it. And we use these names to try to give it some kind of, to be able to speak about it, we use these names. But none of those names are actually it. It doesn't have a name. It doesn't have qualities to define it. It doesn't have a limit. The edge of it is unfindable. So words come to rest here. Language comes to rest here. Everything comes to rest here. Mm. Thank you, Andrea, for your question. Beautiful question. So yeah, I will be doing a Zoom on Saturday. Oh, my son's birthday. But yeah, I can do a Zoom on Saturday. I'll put the link on Facebook if you'd like to join that. Thank you so much for questions and interactions on the chat. Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea about this subject when I began speaking about it. I didn't really have any idea about this subject, how deep this subject is, how deep and how profound this subject is. And yeah, I'm just it's very humbling to recognize the, the beauty and the profoundness of this. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. Yeah, lots and lots and lots and lots of love. Yeah. Bye.